thank you for waiting. We're back. We may have to wait a little bit more, but we're almost to our second best of 3 of the night.
Yes, our first best of 3 was very one-sided.
Very short.
We have been on break for a long time, so if you are actually listening to our voices here,
you might have fallen asleep at your computer
and
you're
we
waking
just
up
woke
and
you
we're
up.
and we're talking. Many people
sorry
fall
about
asleep with
that.
streams on. Yeah, you know, the way that these shows are made is that we know that there's a range of time that a best of 3 can take, and sometimes you have 3 matches where they all go into overtime, and it's very exciting. And every once in a while, you'll have 2 completely one-sided games.
Yeah.
In many of the rounds, they were not even that long inside of that one-sided game. So we've had a lot of downtime. Sorry about that, but that's kind of the way it goes. We have all these other teams competing at the same time, and so it just so happens the match that we casted was literally the fastest, and now we just had the other teams that we were scheduled to broadcast.
They literally finished their matches.
Like a minute ago finished it, and we're getting the map selected and vetoed, of course, and then we're going to go right into this game.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not sure exactly how long the map selection process is.
Probably not that long.
Not too long, I would imagine.
It doesn't take that long to say Icebox and to say Breeze.
Not to say, but to deliberate. Maybe they go Icebox, split like that.
Maybe.
And but even then, can't be that long.
No, certainly not. But we have much better teams going at it now.
Yes.
There's going to be a lot of players that you guys have heard of if you followed the Valorant out in Korea. So, I mean, that's good because the last match, obviously, we had a team full of players that we have never seen before.
Right.
And they are the ones that got stomped by the very strong team.
They got smashed, but I always say it's good to see young players competing, and you never know what's going to happen in the next couple years and which teams are going to actually be on top. We've casted many other esports titles before, and a lot of times the people that are very strong at the start are a different breed, a different generation.
Yeah.
And when you have Valorant basically ushering in a new era of tactical shooters, we know it's going to be filled up with lots of young, new players. But sometimes they take a little bit more time compared to these older veterans, these guys who've been playing Counter-Strike or Overwatch for a very, very long time.
Yeah, you definitely need time to rise up. And even players that you see that are like, wow, this guy's really not playing very well, sometimes that becomes one of the best players in the world later on.
Yeah.
We have seen stuff like that for sure. So this is our next up-and-coming match, Gehenna Sweepers against Gochugaru. Gochugaru, a new team. M5, though, Tastes. You see what I was talking about?
Yeah, look at that.
Gig 100 Sue.
How do you say that name?
If they wrote it in Korean, I would read it for you. But yeah, be pro. But it's like, look at it. He's got the double dots over the E.
This is like a vision test for me. Yeah. What letter do you see, Tasteless?
And then he's got the little small Valorant V over the R, and then they got like a line through that O.
Yeah, there's little eyes on top of the E here.
That's a DOS 0, if you ask me, Tasteless.
I think you're right. I'm glad we're casting the teams that are maybe a little bit easier to say. So here's the results as things continue to unfold.
Look at that. Group H. Everyone's 1-1. That makes this next match insane, Tasteless. Wow.
Yeah, Group H turning out to be an extremely close group overall.
Probably the closest group overall in the whole qualifier system.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy. Meanwhile, we have Alpha 6 Gaming and PM fighting it out for second place in Group G.
Yeah, good thing we didn't get that match to have to cast here. Again, a lot of new names here. Names like Team Credit, Young and Old.
Team Credit, Young and Old.
Floma Gaming. We've joked about this before, but is there a need to have the word gaming in the title of an esport team?
What about the word team? Is team good?
That's another question. I'm not sure if it's good. Sometimes maybe team sometimes more appropriate than gaming.
I'm just trying
Maybe gaming is to try to sell that to sponsors, though. Like we're a gaming org. This is, if you just say Floma, people don't know. Say
we are
Floma. Alpha 6 Gaming.
Team Credit.
Team Credit, huh? So some of these names I'm sure you guys are familiar with, especially on Gochugaru.
Yeah, Gehenna as well. Hyperreal we've seen. Park Jong we've seen actually a fair amount for sure.
But I think some of these other guys, not as much.
Yeah, everyone on Gochugaru we've seen before multiple times.
Nakji, Godko, Climax, Chibob, and Slash.
Chibob, one of my favorites for sure. And yeah, these guys have come from all sorts of different teams, come together for Gochugaru. I would definitely say that they are favorites, but Park Jong has shown some great games in the past for us. You got it. We definitely haven't seen Vow and Moves. No, I don't think we've seen that. Maybe Moves. I'm trying to remember if he's from a team. But Hyperreal I've seen before. Yeah, and Hyperreal was not having the greatest games last time I got to cast him.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely leaning towards Gochugaru
here. Now, Park Jong's a good player, but you always have to wonder the story of, why they moved or if they were forced to move. And, Park Jong was a good player, but was he the weakest link and ended up having to migrate over here? Or is Gehenna Sweeper showing a lot of promise and Park Jong is actually going to be maybe playing.
Hey, this is a good move for him. Yeah,
exactly.
It's such an interesting question because you see things like, for instance, Lakia off of Vision Strikers, goes to New Turn, beats Vision Strikers, back to Vision Strikers, right? Like I think stuff like that, when I see that, I love it. Where it's like, cool. You left the team and now you are better and now you're back. And it's just, it's kind of a fun story. So
definitely
that's going to happen time and time again.
Excuse me. We're going to be going to the map selection in a minute here. Although there was such a little amount of time for the map selection to have happened, we don't actually know the map still. We're going to be finding that out with you guys. This has been going on as we've been talking.
Yeah.
So
we can only hope that we play Breeze here tonight.
Yeah, it's one of these moments where we don't really have a lot to pontificate about because we don't have the the maps to really hammer that through. But I would say with with our team that's definitely favored, these guys, similar to the story of F4Q, they looked extremely strong.
Very
much
a big
on
lineup
top
of
their
names.
Game.
That's a very big lineup of names for sure. I feel like I've seen really great plays out of all of them.
And keep in mind, with New Turn getting third in Masters at Reykjavik, that was a big wake-up call to this entire region. A couple things to note. First of all, if a player in Korea becomes a world champion, or team, I should say, becomes a world champion, the entire nation picks up the game. And the fact that New Turn got third is...
Only a third of the nation is going to pick up the game.
Means that this game now is a hot topic out here in Korea. Also, it means that these other players that were just below New Turn realize, there's a real chance.
Yeah.
As more opportunities arise to play on a global stage, the... more realistic it is that we can make a lot of money, have a lot of success. And I think when you see a team like Gochugaru coming into the scene with this newly organized setup, it's one where definitely they're doing this because they know there's a future here.
Yeah.
And they're going to be doubling down on their efforts to perform.
Well, seeing the path to actually being successful is super important, I think, for a lot of these younger players.
Yeah.
Because, let's say that New Turn is smashing super hard everybody, and then they go to the championship and they get last place and they get smashed by everyone. Then you're like, well, I am literally forever away of being a world champion. But if they're smashing, but you know what? The second best team is playing well against them, and the teams right below that are playing good against the second best team, and the teams right below that are playing good against them, and you're having good games against them, and then New Turn gets third.
Yeah.
Then you're like, oh, you know what? I see the little ladder up there. It's not that far away, is it?
No, exactly. And I think also with Vision Strikers being the team that was pretty much filling the mouths of every voice talking about, that's one way to say it, right? I'm trying to be fancy articulate here, and it's
filling the mouths.
It was...
I opened my mouth to speak, and there's just Vision Strikers
just in there. How do I say this? It was the narrative that everybody was kind of plugging along with here in Korea, that Vision Strikers was untouchable. And people were saying, okay, so is this a situation where the Korean region's actually weak and Vision Strikers hasn't really been tested yet? Or is the region very strong and Vision Strikers is keeping their head above water? And then we had New Turn actually defeat them and then, of course, go to Reykjavik and get third. And I think that's a big morale boost to everybody else out here.
Yeah, for sure.
And
for sure. Top 3 is awesome.
Absolutely.
In fact, a lot of people might say it's better than first place.
It's pretty much.
Doesn't set the expectations too high.
It's almost as if it is first place for how small the Korea region is. And
yeah, that's another way to put it right there.
I like what we're doing here.
Yeah.
This is good. By the end, we're going to be putting the medals on ourselves for this. So let's see. I mean, I think a team like Gochugaru is definitely one that you have to keep an eye on here. Certainly not the favorite to take the whole Season 3 of Valorant, but you never know.
I think they can do pretty well, though, honestly, with this lineup. It's looking, like, really, really strong. There's some players in here that I, like, really have a lot of respect for. Like, we've seen really good plays out of Slash, Nocchi, Godco. Chibob, I think, was the greatest Cypher ever to have touched the game. And then he switched over to Jet because, like, if you're that good.
What are you doing?
What are you doing
Why
on
are you not dashing and throwing knives? What's going on
Why
here?
aren't you flying
If you're
through the
that
air?
cool, why would you wear Cypher's hat? So
you just got to use your ulti. You want to take it off. But then you see his, like, bald head.
Then you see that he's basically wearing a scuba diving outfit.
Yeah. Split Haven Ascent.
Yeah, Gochugaru banning Breeze, and Gahana Sweepers banning Bind. So it's going to be Gochugaru on the defense here for Split. We're going to be going to that agent selection momentarily. I do welcome the Heaven as our second map, and then Ascent is the third, so we get a little bit more variety here.
Yeah. Excited about that.
I think it's reasonable that this will go to 3 games. It might not. I mean, it's possible that this is close and Gochugaru comes out on top.
Yeah. I can't imagine Gehenna 2-0ing, though. But it's a close group so far, so a lot of potential here.
And so we already had a great game on Split. If you guys missed the previous best of 3 we cast that was over an hour ago because we've had that much downtime. I mean, it was an extremely dominant series from F4Q.
Yeah, they definitely bashed on both maps, truly.
It was really a sight to see. I thought it wouldn't be that one-sided, but again, some of these teams that are just in the shadow of the giants of Korea, which I would say really there's only 2 giants, which is New Turn, and Vision Strikers. Yeah.
They're definitely head and shoulders above the other guys, even though teams like Damwon are coming up.
And even though we've had some roster shifts here, I can't wait to have like that moment where we see New Turn and Vision Strikers in another top-tier moment fighting against each other and see who comes out on top.
Yeah, especially with their new lineups.
Yeah.
Like, see how that's actually going to balance itself out.
Things are getting very competitive out here, and that's what we need. We need a couple extremely strong teams to really continue to bolster everything. And it seems like we already had a little bit of that with Season 2, a lot of very incredible showings, and I think it's mostly emphasized with New Turn actually beating Vision Strikers, showing that really there are other people gunning for the top. And that even the best team, Vision Strikers, which was on the most insane streak of any esports team pretty much ever out here, did manage to be usurped by New Turn. And I think we might see some smaller stories with that here, with teams like F4Q, maybe teams like Gochugaru, or maybe teams that we're not even talking about yet because we're just getting started here in Season 3.
Yeah, it could be. By the way, we are getting into the agents at this point, so
yeah.
Kind of taking a look at that. I mean, the one thing I want to say about that, because I guess we're not going to show the agents quite yet, is based on Vision Strikers and New Turn, do you have like one that you're looking at that you think is going to do better than the other this coming season?
Well, I want to see if New Turn can possibly outshine Vision Strikers again. Even though New Turn played amazingly, and they did, I think, as well as we could have asked for from the Korea region.
Yeah.
Vision Strikers, especially when you look at who they're recruiting right now, they seem very, very, almost doubly focused now on just getting back on top and continuing to surmount their dominance.
Well, getting Lakia back is so huge.
Yeah, I mean, Lakia was very often the most insane player on New Turn, I would say, along with Suggest. And,
yeah, in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
But honestly, like, looking at, I think the most interesting change that we're seeing, other than Lakia obviously switching sides, he was a double agent. It's like so crazy. You wait till New Turn gets him back next season.
Yeah.
They're just trading back and forth. He's on like visitation because his parents are divorced. but it's kind of interesting, right? That Glow kind of retired into a coaching role,
That's
but
right.
Solo and Perry remained on New Turn. So it's like we still got 2 oldies on that team.
Yeah, there is a real rivalry with those 2 teams forming.
Dude, old gamers rise up.
That's right.
That's what I'm saying.
And we're actually going to get split loaded up here.
We'll show the agents.
And then we're going to show you guys the agents. We did the thing where we kind of talked about the agents before they came on camera, but we are going to have a nice graphic for that.
Yeah.
Again, split, your starting points are very, very far, bomb sites very far apart here. So you need to have solid defense and good communication in order to control each side of that.
Yeah.
But the same goes for the attacking side.
A sentinel and everything, right? Like whether you're going to go Cypher or Killjoy, you just have to have someone set up to help out with that. We see a lot of the same splits on this map where, like, even on the attackers, their sentinel will just be over at A a lot of the time while they try to infiltrate center or B. But we're definitely seeing all those kind of strategies solidify out here at this point.
And we're going to see with the agent selection if there's going to be a Sage picked here. It's been pretty common in Korea and the rest of the world as well that you need to have an actual physical wall to block off the middle. It does help in securing the A site and locking off certain areas or giving you a pathway into B. But we're seeing some experimentation. We saw PM with a creative approach to the map, but also a disappointing result. The Viper did not pay off.
No. Well, the thing is, I don't think they could have picked anything. They could have been 5 jets, and I don't think it was going to make any difference.
Yeah, I think you might be right
about
that.
They were not as strong a team. So, yeah. I mean, we already saw the agents. There is going to be Sage on both sides.
Oh, did
which
they
I know
actually
that you
pick
really
that?
like to see. Yeah. So,
I wasn't spoiling it for me. I was holding out.
Yeah. Like, you're not going to believe it, Tasteless. Yeah. We're not allowed to play KO, but one of them got him anyways. No. KO will be included in the main tournament, but not
we don't know how
qualifier
many
stage.
times we're going to see him in use, but I would imagine he'll be picked a couple times. He seems like a strong agent.
He seems cool, man. I really like him, actually.
A fun agent to play.
Yeah, yeah. Like, people can hide from the Sova Dart and stuff, right? Like, the knife, though? Psh, not hiding from that, Tasteless.
No.
I know where you are.
He's a robot that throws a knife. Figure that out.
I know. It's going to be so much fun casting.
I mean, you're a robot. You could have shot, a bullet from your finger. Instead, he's like, no, just give me a knife. Give me a human tool, and I'm going to throw it.
And the funny thing...
He throws it from the blade, right? Does he hold the blade?
Oh, yeah. Well,
robot hands.
That's the way you have to throw a knife.
Is that true?
Dude. Tasteless would have hurt himself if he ever tried to throw a knife, because he'd hold the handle, he'd try to throw it, and it just spins and hits him in the wrist.
Is that how it works?
Probably when you throw it.
Not
when me and KO throw it,
but
though.
When you and KO throw it, the handle
we
doesn't
throw
just
it
hit
by the knife itself.
Huh.
Okay, here is our lineup. As you can see, we have a Cypher over on the Gochu team and the Killjoy on the Gehenna team. Sage on both sides. Both sides picking up a jet.
It's going to be Val with the Killjoy.
Yeah.
And Hyperreal with the Breach. So definitely an alternative comp here. Honestly, when you look at Gochu here, this is much more standard, I think, for Split. Not always, but we've had this comp before.
I like both of the comps, honestly. They both look really good. I'll be interested to see how Hyperreal does here, because the last time I got to commentate Hyperreal, I think I wasn't with you. I think I was either with Chobra or with Achilleos, and Hyperreal was like... his team would like save a round, and then he would like buy the Ares and run out into the middle and die. And it was like it was so funny that I actually told you about it.
I was not there that day. Yeah, I remember.
I like called you and I was like, Tasteless, you won't even believe. It was like any pub game, which was very bizarre because I mean they made it reasonably far in the tournament. So
well, I think that occasionally you'll get a pro gamer that has his or her own way of really playing the game.
He's cracked and he's dead. Shaking. You can cancel like Raise Rocket. I think you can cancel Jet Knives. You can cancel some other things too.
Did you use jet knives?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, I'll just spam right click.
Holy, jet's useless now. I'm not playing jet anymore, dude. So let's take a quick look. Oh, he sounds like a robot. So this is his grenade, right? Whoa! Right click as well. How much damage does that do? Actually, I'm curious. So this is a 100 HP bot. 1, 2. Wait, does that do a solid amount of damage? Okay, let's put some armor on these guys real quick. I can estimate how much damage it does. So each pulse does 50 damage. More damage the closer you are in the middle. This thing has an insane radius. Okay, it's like 40 or 45 on the outside. That's what I'm assuming. So like if you're like directly on the edge. Oh, okay. That'd be like 35 maybe. I don't know. I'm not too sure. That's cool though. You can combine that with the teammate's ability. His flashbang. That is really good. So it bounces off people, right? Yeah, it does. Oh, that's a standard flash. This is literally a standard flashbang. Like this is like a CSGO flash. Oh my god. The right click is insane. This character is insane. Hold on. If you can throw a pop flash like this, it's literally so easy. You just throw it over a box. Like let's say you're playing like a site. You just throw this over a box and you can like peek with it. Let me find an example. It's standard size box. Like even a box like this, you just like right click and then you like can peek while you're throwing the flash. So it literally is a CSGO flash, kind of busted. Or even you can like bounce it in front too. And then people will have to like look away and you're able to just peek. So how does this right click work? He throws it a little bit more up. So if you want to throw it over something, you just look a little bit more over. Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, right click does pop faster, I can tell. Okay. Then the dagger. Whoa, what? The radius on that? Holy, what's the radius on this? Dude, I thought it was gonna be smaller. That's a solid EMP, what? And that's on a recharge? Does this do damage? That's nuts. And then let's see his ulti. Wait, they can't use their abilities no matter what. They're still suppressed for the entire duration. What? Damn, this is a solid silence. Like, how long is this one even? So during this entire duration, you cannot use abilities. And if a killjoy ults and you just press this button, that breaks and they can't use any more abilities. What? Does this go through walls, by the way? Or no? Like if I throw this, it goes through walls? What? That's ridiculous. You literally could use this in so many ways. Oh. Or if you turn, like, you're just dead anyways. Damn, okay, I like that a lot. What else do they do? Wait, I think running gun is way worse. I mean, obviously it's still, like, walk spray? It's still okay, but it definitely doesn't feel as good as it was before. Oh, yeah, that's
So like, and also once for Killjoy ulti, once it's down, it doesn't cancel it.
You should run.
It's down. You can't cancel it.
Oh, so okay, so you can't cancel
Killjoy
this.
ulti doesn't work. You can cancel like Raise Rocket. I think you can cancel Dead Knight.
Just press one button.
What did you gameplay? I want you. What do you? What's this?
Brawler, it's time.
It's moving now.
Spike planted.
Revive me, bro. Revive me, bro.
Yeah.
Over.
May camera dito. Nandis na sila pareho sa set.
I revive you. Oh.
People
Lane. Will. Nakatingin.
Damn, no idea.
Treyarch, how are you doing today? Your nose is looking absolutely beautiful. We've got that problem sorted out. Push this button. Why? Why do you want me to push the button? I always trust you, but it never goes too well. Let's try it anyway. Oh, that felt a little bit weird. What's going?
What the lizard doing, though?
What the lizard doing?
Oh, you backing up?
Oh. 2.
Look at that form.
3.
Because $100,000! $25,000! This is just a donating stream, my guy. This is awesome. There's someone here. $1 million!
The valiant ants drive him off, straight into real danger. A mongoose.
Attention! This just in! A giant monster is attacking Bikini Bottom!
On 3. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh no, I ain't messing with you. Oh no.
$1.2 billion. So you go ahead and you stack spaghetti sauce at a store and in a supermarket. You control the guy or the woman who brings out the carts on a forklift. What happened?
Okay. Daddy, I'm stuck in a closet!
Equipped with a 1 megawatt power supply. If my were to even put up.
That's what.
Oh, girls, they wanna have lunch.
That's all they really want.
Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. Tell me what you want. If you wanna be my, never mind.
Whiffle, you gotta get whiffle.
You gotta get with my friends.
Let's do this.
Whiffle.
Leave that.
Are we degens or what?
Oh,
Alright,
big
ready?
time.
3, 6, 4, 7, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. Okay, 3, 2, 1. All right, boys, ready? Everybody got it?
Ready.
Yeah, I'm ready.
I guess everybody. I just watched
Good to see you. Yeah, hey, what's with the polka dots?